Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score was 124-111. Lakers got the victory in Toronto. I have some things to say. I think they're all positive things for the most part. I'm not complaining about anything, really. It's just, I'm just going to start the way I'm thinking. Max Christie walked away with double-digit points, 7 boards, a block, 2 steals, or something like that. Definitely one of his better games in 20 minutes of play. I understand that he was going to be possibly rumored to be going to the Toronto Raptors several times during the trade deadline. The interest there with Max is real. Is that why we showcased him tonight with the minutes that he should be getting every single night? Because if he could give me this type of production every single night, I know we've left a lot of production and maybe even a few wins on the board. And a lot of times, I think it's above Darvin's head, to be honest with you. When it comes to certain decisions, I think it's the organizational. It's the same thing I felt about how we used Rui Hachimura in the playoffs last year. We were trying to negotiate a certain way with Rui so we didn't give him all the minutes that his production would have otherwise earned. That is exactly where my head goes with this game. Why did we showcase Max Christie tonight like that? And did I not already answer the question? And does that, in how we do things, really help our basketball team, especially with our timeline being so sensitive and everything counting so much? I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Max had so many DNPs all season long when I know he's capable of this and more. You know, I overheard someone say that Max Christie's catch and shoot numbers are some of the best in the league. And he's getting DNPs in this league when he's a defensive player who has offensive stat like that. He's athletic. He does have some limitations. I call him the worst passer in the league, so it's not like I don't see his limitations. Probably more so than a lot who would agree with me. But I think this young fella should have been getting these type of minutes. I think he could have been giving us this type of production. And I could think of several games throughout the course of the season, none more so than that Dallas Maverick game where Dante Exum went for 8-9 threes, where I needed him to give me this production and we didn't play him at all. So that's exactly what this Toronto game actually brings me to. Yeah, stats are great. We won the game. Toronto's bad. RJ back. Quickly back. Didn't matter. Beat the hell out of them as we should. Happy about that. Anthony Davis, 12 rebounds, 21 points, something like that. No blocks, no steals, which is a little different for AD, but we're happy with the production just the same. Bron, I think, missed like only a few shots, maybe 2 shots, 10 out of 12, I think, or something like that. Really, really efficient night for the King. Only 1 turnover. So I thought he would probably be the guy I give the game ball to. D'Lo Russell had 7 threes tonight. His 3-ball was really falling. Love what I saw from him as well. So, you know, we shot very well as a team. 50+% from the field. 40-something from the 3. Very good stuff. About 17 turnovers, I think it was. 17 to 15, I think was the turnover differential. If that's the right word for that. I'm not really sure it is. But that's what the two teams had. I'm really puzzled by how this organization and how this coach has underutilized that particular player, man. And when you come to me for reactions, obviously for the last couple of weeks I've been ill. I'm feeling much better right now, which is why we can have this conversation. But I just think I have there's no way of knowing, but I have a strong hunch that we really left some wins on the board by pulling Max Christie out of rotation entirely, man, when he could give me this. That's really what it comes down to. That is exactly where my head is. I'm like, yo, Max Christie been balling all night. They left him on the floor, getting the ball 2 or 3 times in a row. And I know it's because the Raptors had some interest. And I'm like, that's so... I don't really understand the right... Well, I do understand it from an organizational standpoint. You want to keep interest high with a player you would take to trade, possibly. But do the Raptors know that we don't even use this kid? Like, that's a question I have. Obviously, those who pay attention to our team close enough out there do, but like, are you trying to sell them like this is this kid? Or is he this and you ain't been using him? That's really all I want to talk about, you guys. The game was fine, you know what I mean? I loved it. We got the victory. Off to Washington tomorrow. Like I said, game ball goes to Bron for high efficiency, low turnovers. Love what I saw from Spencer Dinwiddie from a plus-minus standpoint. Jackson Hayes coming back from injury was fantastic to me. Happy to see him back. Had an early a fall there, a little bit of a scare there. D'Lo shooting the ball was spectacular. Wish he would have shot like that in Indy. We would have won the game if he did. I don't know what activates him to play well or not, but when he does, it's fantastic. But this was the Max Christie game, and everybody and their grandma knows that Max Christie should have been higher in the pecking order for our roster this season, especially given the fact the type of needs that we had as a team with one-way players for most of what we have wrong with us. Max Christie's a two-way guy, young, only getting better obviously because he's so young. Length, height, athleticism, great conditioned, strong. Did I mention developing, meaning he could get a lot better the more you play him? He's better than some of the dudes we've been using, and we know it. He's better than Cam Reddish. He's better than Taurean Prince. And so my thing is, what is the plan with him going forward? He has a player option, from what I understand, or some type of situation there at the end of this contract that's coming up right now. Something that isn't overly desirable to the team, which is why I think it's a player option, but I don't remember exactly what it is with Max Christie. But he's got something coming up right now, free agency or something. It ain't just as simple as unrestricted. I think he's a restricted free agent. I believe that's what it is. So he could sign a poison pill deal that if match could hurt us, or sign a restricted free agency deal for which we could match, obviously, redundantly speaking. Is it a sign and trade that you're hoping to get with the Raptors in the offseason? I know we didn't have Gabe Vincent. I know we didn't have Cam Reddish. So maybe that would explain why we gave him 20 minutes tonight. But it just felt like we were showcasing him. And I know of the rumors to Toronto. I've heard those all throughout the course of the trade deadline. So for me, that's really what it is, man. That is literally it. I don't like how we've used Max Christie at all. I like him as a player, and I want us to utilize him with the proper pecking order that he deserves on his team. And I think if we would have been doing that all season long instead of farting around with Cam Reddish and Taurean Prince, our team would have been better. And Cam Reddish would have been healthy. That's key. Because Cam Reddish has some extreme strengths that you want to utilize. But because you kept him out there so much, and because he has his issues with injuries, you leaving him out there as much as you did catered to those injuries. And then bringing him back and asking him to play a physical role, and then bringing him back early, and then, it's just like that could have been Max Christie developing the whole time. The whole time, man. So I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think the easy way to look at it is to say, this is another one of them Darvin things. But I really think that there might be a little more to this than Darvin on this one. I think it might be a little more to it than that. And I don't agree with it. So, yeah, man, hopefully this could be the beginning of something for Max Christie. Hopefully Max can start taking some of these minutes as we get closer to the end of the season. Obviously, it's only like 7 or 8 games left. I hope he gets just as many minutes tomorrow. It's not like I'm worried about him being exhausted after a back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? He's 20 years old. So, for a team that needs two-way players and athletic wings, we sure have let one sit on our bench all year long. When he's capable of doing what he did tonight. Or probably more. A lot more when you really consider it. If you just feed him the ball like our coach feeds the players that he loves so much. If only Max Christie were 26 years old and played for the Atlanta Hawks 6 years ago, boy, would he'd be in the rotation. Because that's all it really takes, right? You got to be one of Darvin's guys. And he fights for you whether you can play or not. And he gonna live and die with you, and he gonna make us all do the same thing, right? That's what he do with Taurean Prince. Which Taurean did some weird stuff tonight. I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but he did some weird stuff. He chased a ball out of bounds. Now, he didn't touch it, but I think it was Grady Dick was chasing the ball out of bounds, a loose ball out of bounds, and touched it last. And Taurean chased it too. I'm like, Taurean, why the hell are you chasing that ball, bro? That was one thing. And then that foul he had with 19 seconds to go. Why are you fouling the man so hard? We're up by 23 points, bro. We only 19 seconds left. Why are you fouling people? Like, stuff like that, I'm just like, yo, man, and this is the guy you gave these minutes to? For real, bro. So, like, that's my problem. I shouldn't be upset. It has nothing to do with how we played. We won. I'm pleased. The game was fine. It was exciting. Toronto was a good environment. A lot of Laker fans there. Loved it. But I just have a different way of looking at the game. I have a different way of looking at the fullness of my season. And when I look at production like this and I think about games where we needed perimeter defense, we needed extra rebounding, we needed shooting. And I realized Max was sitting there healthy the whole damn time, and our coach didn't want to use him because he didn't play for the Hawks 6 years ago. Like, just stupid stuff, man. It's like, come on, you guys. So, yeah, man. Needless to say, I'm very pleased with Max's production tonight. But Austin, on the other hand, shot poorly. He did have 3 blocks, but his shooting night was horrific. He didn't shoot too much, but I need Austin to contribute much more on the offensive end if we're going to be successful, man. This is not a good Austin night, but we won by 1 million, so it really didn't matter. And, yeah, I think, who was it? Rui Hachimura had 14 points, kind of a quiet night for Rui. But all in all, it was just it's a good efficiency night for the King, man. You really love how he's been playing these last 2 games. You like him playing some of his best ball right now near the end of the season. And if he's going to continue to play like this, no team should, including some of the teams that we have feared, like Sacramento, should want to see him in a one-and-done situation. Not when he's playing like this. So, it is what it is. The King knows what he's doing when it comes to this. He comes back at the end of the season playing his best ball every year. That's what it's about. Playoff pushes upon us, and he's ready to roll. And we just got to stay healthy for the next 7 or 8, whatever it is. I think it's 7. Beat these Wizards. And get back home. Get ready for Cleveland, which is going to be a big game for him in the afternoon on a Saturday. So, yeah, man. Yeah, that is what it is. Definitely appreciate everybody for rocking with me during this flu season, but I'm almost done with it, healthy as I've been since it started. So I gave you as much as I did here. Sinuses are starting to act up a little bit right now, but that's part of the process. So, yeah, man, everybody stay healthy. Everybody enjoy the rest of this season. I'm glad the Lakers are kicking the road trips behind. That's what we're doing. 4-1, I believe it is. 5. Yeah, 4-1. And we're going to end it off the right way tomorrow in Washington. So I know there's going to be a lot of Laker fans down there. I don't think Kuzma was going to be available. He was hurt last I checked, but who knows? Maybe he want to come back like everybody else against us. It's so corny. People do that. RJ and quickly, I know they went through some tough stuff. For them to come back against the Lakers irritated my soul deeply. It really did. But we still handed them an L as they deserve. So that is pretty much where my head is in regards to this game, man. I hope everybody enjoyed this. My name is BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.